Yeah, you definitely did.
But a new day, a new set again.
I know.
This is my favorite. The Go-Go Mart.
Every time we change
style.
it, you say it's your favorite.
I think this is my favorite.
I think I've just learned not to get used to any set because
and
it's
not
just
say any of them are your favorite.
Yeah, because they're just going to change again.
But doesn't this
usually when I say it's my favorite, within 3 months it's gone.
But the work I put into this one with the half one is awesome.
You think that's more work than building that whole bar you built?
Yeah, I think so. This will end up being more work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it looks. I mean, again, it looks good.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just glad that we're finally wrapping up. Another person's off the hook. Well, you know what? Let's start the show and get into it.
All right, here we go.
Welcome to the What's Good Tampa Show.
What's Good Tampa Show.
This is where we talk about all things Tampa Bay and beyond. Coming to you from the Gimmick in Ybor City. Here's your hosts, Austin and Sean.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, so we've had some more drama unfold.
Yeah.
This has been an ongoing thing, and I've had a lot of people reach out and ask me about what's
Me
going
too.
on, and we're not really supposed to talk about it.
But we do.
But we do.
Here's my thing, too, is it's nice that it's kind of, I feel like we're on the backside of it now.
Yeah.
It's been a couple more weeks. And the big thing is people are just like, I've heard a lot of, you're getting sued or what's up with this lawsuit. Let me be clear. We've never mentioned lawsuit at all.
No, not sued.
We're not getting sued. And we're actually just fighting for our right to speak our minds, even though, like I said, we're not a dominant, podcast in the world of like big podcasts. We have enough of listenership where they're upset and not letting new people find us. And I didn't realize this until a bunch of friends reached out saying, I'm literally searching What's Good Tampa Show on YouTube, and it does not come up on the first page.
Shadow ban, dude.
I mean,
that's
it's
what happened to
crazy.
us. Yeah, but I mean, that's part of the territory when you say
Yeah, when
crazy
I was a
things.
furry, we took that episode down. Me going to the WNBA, I took that episode down. Me using some slurs that
Slurs, oh,
that
geez.
not racially motivated, but more like they say it's homophobic, but I'm not scared of anything.
Right.
It's stuff I used when I was 6 years old on the playground.
Yeah.
And I understand people are sensitive, and listen, if you're sensitive, this probably isn't the podcast for you.
Well, the times have changed too. The things you used to say in 6th grade are probably not things you should say today.
And do you think that's
like
okay?
suck it, for example?
Yeah, but that's a good question. Do you think
Yeah.
it's okay? And it kind of relates to what we're going through legally. Do you think it's okay that times have changed means your speech has to be corrected? Are you okay with that?
I think.
Without being political, just
yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
Are you okay with
Yeah,
the fact that you will censor yourself from what you used to say because, hey, that's the times?
Well, I think it depends on what it is, but I think over time certain things have become more sensitive than others. So it's like you would call your friends slurs, when
homophobic slurs.
Homophobic slurs.
My favorite.
But now that I'm older and I realize that can be hurtful to certain people, then I don't say those terms anymore.
Out loud or to the person that it might be hurtful to?
Just
Because if you
out loud
called
in
me that,
general.
it wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
But you're still going to hold back and censor your speech.
Yeah,
And
I think
that's where we are.
Well, I think it's kind of like the N-word, for example.
Yep.
It was never like really okay.
No,
to
but in the
say
90s,
that.
they said it like on Howard Stern all the time.
Yeah, and I don't think it was okay then, but he got away with it because of the type of material he was.
But did he get away
But
with it, or
now
was
I
he just
think-
speaking?
Well, I mean,
He didn't get away with it.
He got in a lot of trouble.
Not for that. He got
well-
in trouble with other stuff.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that probably he probably.
I think
got
it was more like the sexual stuff on the radio.
that too. But I think there are things that you have called me on this show that probably aren't appropriate anymore.
In your opinion.
Yeah, again, it doesn't personally bother me, but I don't think that.
I hate to go back to COVID always, but there was things that if you did that I didn't, it bothered you, and everyone wants like, can you get over it? It's like, that's where it starts, though, because they get it little by little. Remember, the things you could say in the 90s, in the 2000s, a little bit less.
Yeah.
And then 2010s, a little bit less.
And now
we're here.
Full censorship.
But you know what's crazy?
Huh.
It's a very small amount, I would say less than 10% of the population that are the loudest barkers that, in my mind, they don't have the right to say you shouldn't be able to. Who are they to say what's okay and what's not?
Well,
I think it's for now everyone can see every show, podcast, whatever. I think it should be on the market to decide if that's an offensive language, then you wouldn't watch the show.
Right.
But don't shadow ban us. Maybe people would like it.
Yeah, well, again, that's why it really bothers me that this single Karen woman basically complained on us and got a shadow ban. Like, who is she to get to decide whether other people should be able to enjoy the show?
And let's jump right into that. I'm done. My thing, I got away scot-free. So what happened was, not scot-free because, again, we weren't going to get sued, but basically everything that I did, once we got rid of those few episodes, which I don't agree with, and if we get over to Rumble, I think we should just release them all, or Patreon like we've been talking about. But I think that the hard one here is now, because you are the producer and upload to YouTube, you're the one now that's thrown under the bus. You're the only one that has to like speak for me. Basically, I said something that wasn't cool in their mind, but because you upload it and you're the producer, you're responsible for my speech.
Right. So
love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
So basically, this has all turned out that this is my fault, even though I didn't say anything, because you are the one who says it.
Hey.
But then I'm the one who uploads it. Therefore, since I'm the one putting the content out there, I'm the one who's more personally responsible than you.
Thanks for. Hey,
and
you know
that
what?
is completely unfair.
And you know what? So is us having to censor our speech.
Yeah. Well,
That's unfair.
if anything, if I do have to pay anything for this, I'm coming after
All
you.
right, awesome.
Yeah. I mean, just want to make sure.
And
you
I'm not going to pay
understand.
it.
Well, you're gonna.
No.
Yes,
No.
you're gonna. Have
I will
to pay.
throw you under and say, no, I will fight with you.
That will be the end of our friendship.
Yeah, it will be, because if you get a fine for posting stuff that is of my God-given free speech, of course we're not paying for it. Of course we're not going to put on a muzzle. Of course we're not going to, they're going to tell us how to run our business, or they're going to tell us what we can make artistically.
But-
Absolutely not. This is a comedy club in here. Let me ask you a question. Even if, and this is crazy, and this is going to be controversial, but like, let's just say, listen, homophobic slurs, as people want to call that want to censor your speech, they get said in here every single night on comedy open mics.
Yeah. Well, that's a comedy show. That's different.
So can a white person say the N-word in a comedy show?
I still don't think that's probably appropriate.
I don't think so. I would, if I was a stand-up comic, I don't see a funny joke but I guess what I'm saying though is, at what point, where is the line drawn? You can't yell fire or bomb in a theater.
Yeah.
But now you can't, call your straight brother a gay slur
Right.
in public.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
Well,
And you stand for it, and you're okay with it. You
Well,
understand it. You're sensitive to it.
I'm sensitive to the people around me. Yeah.
And then, you know what? That's where it starts.
But why are you not? Why are you, I don't understand.
Because in my mind, whether it's a podcast or in regular life, if I hear something that I'm not offended by anything, but if I was offended by something or something like the R word that they say, retard,
right.
and somebody has a mentally retarded kid, and they're like, well, you don't understand. You don't. But here's my point. It's insensitive.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go up to somebody that had like that person or something. But I guess what I'm going to say is,
you don't call retards. You call your friends retards.
yeah, like, but that's just something that comes out. And if somebody that I loved or that was close to me said like, hey, Sean, I'd appreciate it if you really tried to not say it in front of me because it deeply offends me. Well, then somebody that I love, I would do that. But I'm not censoring my speech for them. I'm just saying this is somebody that I care about. The general public, I don't care. If I don't know you, I'm not walking around thinking like, well, the internet told me that this will offend people, and I'm not going to censor my speech. And I don't think that is a wrong way to look at it. I just don't. Now, I'm not going to go out there on purpose to look like an asshole, because if I look like an asshole, my artwork, whatever I'm doing, people are going to be less likely to appreciate it.
Well, what do you think about the idea that you just saying whatever you want is going to affect the show? Like, we're going to have a hard time getting sponsors and things like that when you're throwing slurs and things like that out. Don't you worry about the show at all?
No.
No, you don't.
No.
So...
Because I'm not doing this to make money, neither are you, obviously. And, yes, we've had sponsors and stuff, but, like, I guess what I'm saying is there's enough sponsors that appreciate free speech. I don't think we have to worry about that. Because know what's coming back? People are getting what they're asking for. If you're going to keep attacking people, and listen, I have great friends that have switched. They were super liberal, now they're super Trumpers.
Right.
I talk about some of these guys all the time. And they were the silent majority. Now they're the loud majority.
Right.
I think that these people on whether it's far left, far right, whatever you want to say, I think they're going to get what they asked for. Self-censorship and pounding it is going to absolutely have an opposite reaction, and it's going to be crazy speech all the way. And as long as that First Amendment stays the way it is, there's going to be this trend now, I think, with younger kids, especially in high school or earlier, that are going to start calling their friends faggots again.
Oh, wow.
And I think
they don't. It out there.
But I don't think they'll care, and they're not going to censor their speech, because what do we always do? We go against what it is. Like, if the government tells us don't do this, we do it. Weed's illegal.
Right.
Well, we're going to smoke weed. Now weed becomes completely legal. No one cares anymore.
I don't get what that has to do with slur. Like,
Speech?
Yeah.
Because in my mind, who made up that speech? People, right? People made that speech up and they said that's what it means.
yeah, but you wouldn't go out in public and just shout out the N-word because you know that that's wrong, right?
Right, but what I'm saying though is you're like picking one word. I'm just saying so like what I'm saying is just because I wouldn't shout it out randomly because there's no benefit to me. If somebody did, instead of being like they're a racist, they're allowed. It's not illegal to be racist.
No, I
it's not
agree with you
illegal
on
to be
that.
homophobic. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you hear somebody randomly shouting the N-word that it shouldn't,
Yep.
you can just be like, "What an asshole," and
Right.
then whatever they're doing.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not like you're going to jail for it.
Right.
I'm just asking.
But you'll get shadow banned on the big tech company because they don't feel free speech is absolute. That's my point.
I see.
That's my point.
I see.
It's because those people that say censorship is what you're going to do
Right.
or you're going to be shadow banned. I see you queuing it up. That is my point exactly.
Wow. Oh, wow.
shit.
You feel better about yourself now?
No, but I think everyone that watches the show knows that's how I feel. And again, it's this self-censorship that I think is going away, honestly.
got
I
it.
think less people are doing it.
Okay. Well,
And I think 3 or 4 years ago, pre-COVID,
Yeah.
I think it was at the height of everyone self-censoring. And now I think
yeah.
there's enough outlets where they don't have to be. It's becoming trendy again to talk shit. And here's my thing. Somebody that wouldn't shout the N-word,
right.
I think there's young kids coming up that are because they don't think that word holds any, because it's been beat down. Like, dude, I play basketball 4 times a week. I hear white kids saying it all the time.
Really?
All the time to their boys. All the time.
Really?
It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
14, 15-year-old white kids. It's crazy.
That's a sight to see.
But that's my point is like, but it's not like somebody's like, who is this racist? You know, get them out. You're like, no, they'll
Right.
the black kids or Spanish kids, whatever. Everybody's saying it.
Yeah.
So, but I guess that word has really been beat down to a culture that like it's the no word. But I guess what I'm saying is, even if you're somebody that would never use that word or that language, it's not illegal for an asshole to say anything. So like,
Right.
if I'm calling my brother, a faggot.
Yeah.
You pussy.
Wow. Geez.
Which you pussy,
Whoa,
bitch,
whoa,
retard. If I'm saying that to him because of how he's acting or I'm playing with him,
Yeah.
whether I'm 6 years old or 60,
Yeah.
that's going to hold the weight to him. It's not like if I was yelling to him at a gas station and somebody was offended by it. Instead of like back in the day, they'd be like, "Oh, what an asshole! They didn't like it. They get in their car, they drive away." Now it's like, let me find out where this guy works. Let's see if we can get him fired because we have him on film calling his brother a faggot.
Right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
though?
Sure. Yeah. I guess.
I'm sorry
so.
for my rant, but you get me there every time.
Yeah. Well, that was.
And you're going to get in trouble for this.
Yeah, I know.
Don't bleep it.
Now I don't
leave
know
it
if-
in.
I don't know if I can upload this.
Or
video.
are you
Gonna
going to
be-
have to? So you're going to self-censor me with the bleeps.
So now I can't upload this video because you just screamed the F word 5 times.
All right, then you know what? I'm going to upload it from my IP address.
Yeah.
I'll
fine.
take it on.
Yeah, and then you can pay the fee. Or
Okay,
whatever
deal.
It is. Okay. Perfect.
Well, no, I won't. I'll fight it. But so no, yeah. So we're kind of in limbo, but you're definitely responsible for uploading. One of the things that have been lifted. Spotify has never done anything, but we have to upload a bunch of those to Spotify. Shout out Spotify. But I think it's all coming around. Netflix is doing it too.
Yeah.
That Tom Brady roast, and now they have some comedians that were canceled years ago, and now they have shows on Netflix. So I think it's all coming around.
Speaking of that Tom Brady roast, what was the deal with? Who was it that somebody made a joke about one being a pedophile?
I didn't watch the whole roast. I only saw a couple of the clips.
Yeah, there was one joke. I think it was
But
about
that's-
Robert Kraft.
Oh, and they said don't cut
And,
that shit
and Brady
out.
said, yeah, "Don't do that."
But again, here's a perfect
that
example.
true?
Yeah, here's well, he got caught with. I don't know if he was a pedophile. I think it was about like hookers giving massages and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I guess what I'm saying is there's a perfect example too. Tom Brady, in a lot of people's eyes, no matter what side of the fence you're on, is cool. He keeps, he's obviously, I think he's showed his support for Trump at times, but then he'll kind of do his own thing. He doesn't want to be in the limelight for that.
Right.
I don't believe. But I don't think he also understands comedy where you're at a roast. They're going to try to find whatever, because it's not Tom Brady and his friends watching the roast.
Right.
It's 10, 15, 20 million people in the world, more now, but I'm saying in the world guys like us that are
Right.
watching that joke that think it's hilarious for somebody to call Robert Kraft a pedophile or a scumbag.
Right.
We think that's what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
So, again, comics are not the people that are going to self-censor. And I think Netflix is finally like, hey, we've pushed this woke agenda so far. We've had the shows of the kid dancers and the drag queen gimmicks. And now I think they're like, we'll have that. We'll leave that on there. But those people that make those shows, we're also going to put on some, crazy, mouthy comics in a sitcom like that New Tires with Shane Gillis, who got canceled from SNL from a long time ago.
Right.
I think they're like, you know what? Yeah, we'll do the thing. We'll play the game. We'll fly the flag.
Yep.
But I ain't losing money.
Yeah, like the big Chappelle got a lot of heat too from the one that dragged whole joke he made. Remember?
But again, he's a comic, and I don't. And again,
I
this
do
is
think
somebody,
comedy is different. It's like off.
But this is what it's great. Whether it's Rogan bringing all those comics on, saying whatever they want to say, there's still some self-censorship there, and he'll admit it too. And I don't think, because at what he's trying to make, I think he's like, hey, I would prefer to stay away from certain subjects, or I don't talk completely crazy like they do on stage for their stand-up. But in my mind, it's all about the market. If they watched that roast and Netflix didn't get the viewership, they might go back to woke. But they had a crazy reaction to those crazy jokes. And like the words I'm saying right now were definitely used by certain comics at Tom Brady.
Right.
Gay slurs and stuff like that everyone knew they were joking. But I think that's the overreaction for the hardcore censorship. So I think it's headed in the right direction.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right.
So-
Well, let's take a quick break.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that. I'll
You
calm
need a break.
down. I'll
Yeah.
calm
We need
down.
to calm down. All right. Okay.
We got to get I can't hear the mic.
What do you mean? Is it your?
this again?
It must be that again.
Oh, we got it.
Okay.
Damn.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that was fun.
Well, it's
Jesus
good.
Christ.
This is where they come to see us.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
I'm
go
not so
right
sure.
into a reason to shadow ban. I just went back.
We're
that's
banned again.
No, what happened
We just
was
got unbanned. Now we're banned again.
it's an overreaction.
I think I'm just gonna have to start doing this on my own. I
Ooh.
just need to use the
Dude,
studio.
But you know what's crazy?
Huh.
If I did it on my own or you did it on my own, who would get more viewers? Who's
Me.
over? You are.
Yeah, I'm definitely way more
right.
over than you do.
You think so?
Oh,
I
dude,
disagree.
Are you kidding me?
I disagree completely.
Are you kidding me? We'd have so many more people watching the podcast too if you would just announce it during your damn comedy shows each week, but you
Well,
never do.
I need to.
Yeah, you never do. I don't understand that.
I'd
you
be
have,
over.
You have people in here all the time, and you don't ever say
Imagine
that you
me.
have a podcast.
You don't think me cackling would get more views than you talking about your sailboat trips
No.
in Costa Rica?
Yeah, no, not at all. No. I mean, I've already got way more followers than you.
Yeah, but you've been doing it forever.
Anyway, so let's talk about some things going on in Tampa. I know you hate that, but
it's
you'd
cool.
rather just call people the F word and retard and everything else. But we're going to talk a little bit about things going on in Tampa. I want to get
right.
your opinion on some of them.
All right, go.
All right, so did you see that the Jake Paul fight with Mike Tyson is no longer happening?
I heard things of it.
I guess it's moving to November now because Mike Tyson has some medical issues.
Okay.
I know you don't believe that was a real fight anyways, right? So you don't think...
I mean, it's
no
a show.
opinion on who would win.
It's a show.
No opinion on who would win
Yeah,
that.
it's a show.
Now he's fighting a guy named Mike Perry, and it's actually going to be here in Amalie Arena now.
Oh, again.
Again.
Do we have to make another appearance?
So I wonder if Jake Paul has something about Tampa he likes. Maybe because that's where he knocked out the other dude, Tyron Woodley or whatever.
We're gonna have to get
when your boy fell asleep during it.
Mushrooms. Mushrooms are a hell of a drug.
Fell asleep during the fight. Actually, he left before the fight even started.
Yeah. No, I think he came down there for a minute, but then just too many mushrooms.
Oh, jeez. So, yeah. Anyway, so the Jake Paul fight we went to, Tyron
Mike Perry's
Woodley.
tiny, too. But he's smart. He's getting the right fighters.
Yeah, well, apparently, I guess Jake Paul already beat him, like, in sparring. Sparring match. So, it doesn't... I just feel like, why does he fight these MMA guys? Why not fight, like, an actual boxer? And the one time he did, he got beat.
Tommy Fury. That's why he doesn't.
That makes sense to me. But yeah, that's July 20th, so I think we need to go.
Do we have to figure that out?
Yeah. Our homeboy has no more tickets, right?
Yeah, we can work it out.
We can work it out. All right, so we got that. Plus, we have a ticket giveaway going down, or no?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So we want to shout out Ruth Eckert Hall in Clearwater, Florida. We're going to be giving away on the show 2 tickets to see Pete Davidson live from Clearwater. And we'll have to come up with a game or just comment if you want the tickets. You have to obviously be here in Tampa to claim them. But if you're going to be in the Tampa Bay area and you want to win, what do you want to do? How can they register? And we'll just pick somebody live next week on the.
Well, I think we'll do a specific post for it.
Okay.
And then we'll tell them that they need to comment and tag who would they like to bring with them.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
That way we get more eyes on the show.
Okay, yep. And they're awesome tickets. And it's going to be absolutely incredible. And then we're also giving away 2 other tickets, thank you so much, at our next comedy competition. And that is going to be, I believe, the 21st of July.
Wow.
So.
You know, it's crazy, too, Pete Davidson. Like, he's so ugly, but, like, fucks, like, all the hottest girls. It's insane.
Yeah.
I guess now that he's fucked the hottest girl, Kim Kardashian, now it's just like...
Is that the hottest girl to you?
Not to me.
Oh.
Not to me. I'm dating the hottest girl.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
But, you know, everyone thinks Kim Kardashian's super hot. And I think now that he's got that status of, like, he's been with her, now it's just like every girl wants to fuck him.
Really?
I think so.
And these
I
are
mean,
good
the
girls,
dude's
probably.
not attractive.
He gets good girls, too. Like, he definitely gets the ones that, like, they don't have the huge dating. They all seem like they're waiting for him, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
They're just all good girls.
A good girl. You think every girl's not a good girl?
No, I don't. But
You do.
I'm just saying, like,
You say women are pigs.
here we go. See, this is how we get canceled because you make shit up.
No,
I've
you
never
said
said
that.
all women's are pigs. Like, you're trying to attach Donald Trump's speech to me. I've never said all women's are pig. Not even Rosie O'Donnell. I've never said that.
No.
Now have I again, like, calling you the words I won't repeat again because I think there's a list of how many times you can say it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I might have said some things just to, like, be funny, but I wasn't doing it like. But no, I've never said all women are pigs and stuff. I just said he probably gets a bunch of good girls that are waiting around for him.
Okay, cool. So Pete, when is that show again?
I don't know, but we'll put it in the link. I'll get the exact date because I don't want to mess it up.
All right, cool. And then it was 13 years ago. I went to the Red Bull Flutog. Do you remember that? Do you know what that is?
Flutog.
So you've seen Red Bull where they put on this big show where people like dive off the side of the thing. They build things and they try to fly off.
Yep.
So we can sign up for that. We're going to have a What's Good Tampa Show flight, whatever we want to decide.
Where
to
is
build.
it?
So it's downtown Tampa at the convention center.
Okay.
And I went 13 years ago. There was 150,000 people there.
Damn.
Surrounding the whole convention center. And now it's coming back on November 9th. The Red Bull Flutog will be back in the town for the first time in 13 years.
And we'll be there.
And we're going to be there. We're going to have something. We're going to fly.
Dude, do I just put on the rabbit suit with feathers?
We have until like the end of. I think it's like we have.
Do we have to get accepted?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and it's
Can we
from
grease
July
anybody?
through September. You have to sign up. So we have to have like our design and everything planned out before we sign up. So we got to figure out what we're going to build. I'm thinking maybe like a wrestling ring.
Ooh,
that
go
can
full
fly.
gimmick?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe something like that. But
Or do we just dress up and like see, everyone wants to fly, but everyone just goes in the water. Do we do like a parody of it and do like an anchor?
Oh yeah, that's kind of funny.
Sink this,
Maybe we do like a podcast set and
that'd
like
be
self promotion.
But we're sinking ourselves.
Yeah.
Maybe we have like the slurs on the side of it.
Yeah, and then we'll just push ourselves off. We'll have our big logo in the front or something.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And then it'd be cool if like I could somehow take off and you just sink to the water.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Flutog is November 9th here in Tampa. So we definitely, if we don't get to fly, we'll attend anyway.
I love
Maybe
it.
we can do a live podcast from there.
It'd be cool just to be the guy like the movie Up and just get like 1,000 black and white balloons.
Oh yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, how was your weekend?
It was great. How about you?
Yeah, it was good. I was down in Boca Raton.
How was it?
It's nice, dude. It's a nice little city.
We had 4 shows here, 5 shows here this weekend. It was a lot of fun.
5 shows. Yeah. What about we do a giveaway for some
free comedy tickets? Yeah, because our 2-year anniversary show is going to be at the end of July as well.
Wow.
2 years of comedy.
So if you've been doing comedy 2 years, how long have we been doing this?
Almost
long?
4.
4?
Yeah, almost.
No
3.5.
way.
3, well, May of
Can't be.
a year and a half before we started comedy. So yeah, 3.5 years.
Holy shit, dude, that's crazy.
At least 3.
And we've
May
been shadow banned how many times?
And I just won't. I can't learn
you
my
just
lesson.
can't learn your lesson
because there's no lesson to learn.
No, there is a lesson to learn.
Yeah, there is. There's a lesson to learn.
Yeah.
If you want to be a sheep, follow the crowd. That's the cold hard facts. Now, here again, I'm not attacking anybody that just wants to go along.
Here he goes again.
I'm not attacking anybody that just wants to go along.
Yeah, no, you
along.
are. You are.
No, I'm not attacking you. Do what you will. But don't try to influence me to do that and make up excuses like, oh yeah, you're this, that, the. No, just accept it.
Yeah.
Like you do. One thing I will respect about you,
Tell me.
you accept it and you put it right out there on certain subjects we talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, absolutely, yes. You accept it. And I love that.
What's an example of that?
You said that you wouldn't want to say stuff because you don't want to offend people.
Yeah.
And you'll censor your speech in certain groups.
Yeah, well, I don't have a need to say.
No, but I'm saying
I don't
like,
have a need to call you the F word or the
Yeah, but
R
I guess
word.
what I'm saying is not
There's
even
other
that.
things I can call you.
Yeah, but not even that. What I'm saying is there's certain if you're in a certain spot with certain types of people,
Yep.
your speech will be censored compared to if it was just me and you. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, gotcha. Wow. Anyway, we're right back on that topic again.
We're good.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well,
Just very important at this moment, and
Yeah.
the overcorrection is here.
yeah.
So, how was your weekend in Boca? What did you do?
Yeah, so I we visited my girlfriend's grandma, and we just went out to a bunch of dinners and brunches and stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't anything too crazy, but downtown Boca is a really nice city.
Did
It's,
you
like,
do
really
any
cool.
like food reviews or anything?
I did a food review at Caddy's recently.
Oh, how'd it go?
Friday. It was good. I haven't posted it yet, so I don't want to spoil it, but another mac and cheese review coming up here.
Nice.
And it was
That's your gimmick.
I mean, it's a big part of my gimmick, you know, but... Yeah, so that was that. What did you just did comedy shows?
Comedy
That's all you
shows,
did?
yeah. That's what and built this set.
Wow, yeah, another set. Love it. Have you ever been to like Crystal River, Rainbow River?
I
any of
have,
that?
yeah.
Tell me about that experience.
I've been there a couple times. First, when I was like in my 20s, I think we kayaked or something. A bunch of us.
Nice, huh?
Maybe paddleboarded, and then I went. I think I might have had a kid, but we went down there and swam in like the public place. But I mean, it's beautiful waters, but just trash. There's just trash.
Trash as
And
in like garbage or people?
both. but dude, I'll tell you a story about this too.
Yeah.
It's because Crystal River, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
But my buddy who grew up in Brooksville, actually, he was telling me a story. He's like one of the inlets, the parking places that people would park and then walk down to swim. They had to shut it down.
Oh, wow.
It was a public park or whatever because of the white trash just in there doing drugs and
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm sure not just white trash. See, again, might offend
Whoa,
white people.
whoa.
Yeah, I don't want to offend white, but that I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's so crazy, but no, but it was just trash bags.
Yeah.
And needles and shit on
Really?
the ground. Oh, they shut it right down.
Really?
Yep.
Needles on the ground.
So I guess the it's lively up there.
Sounds
if you
like
will.
the old wrestling locker room.
Oof.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Yeah, that's
Just
you know.
might as well do your steroids in the locker room.
Yeah, you know it's funny. I just got a message like on Saturday or something from one of the old guys from wrestling.
Simbodi?
No, somebody else, but he basically asked me like, "Hey, if I do a show on July 27th, would you be willing to come back and wrestle this guy I used to wrestle all the time?"
Who's that? Doink?
No, this guy named Nui Lee. It was like
Can you still take a bump at 40?
yeah, I could still take a bump, but I don't know that I want to. I don't really have the need to go out
You
there
don't want
for
to put the
$20
fluffy shirt on
Yeah, exactly.
and a cigarette.
Go out there and fucking beat myself up for $20.
Speaking of Simbodi, you know that's him, right? I can't believe you found him.
Yeah,
a gender
well-
reveal gimmick, and of course he put the guy over.
Yeah.
You know that. Let's talk about. And I hate to get into the weeds of wrestling, but like we all have people in our lives that like when your job is to put people over, and that would make you a jobber.
Yeah.
When you can't do that, are you a jabroni?
Yeah, you're a jabroni. I think that's the best way to describe it.
And you can really relate a lot of stuff. Like people like relate it to like sports, like football and stuff too. But like in life, you can really relate a lot to the business.
Yeah. When you say, so the people out there understand, when you say put someone over, it means make them look good.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
job is to make them look good.
Yes.
And so in the wrestling business, you have jobbers who their whole job is to lose.
And get pinned.
Yeah,
and
get
make you
pins
look good.
and make you look good. And you're asking me if you're not willing to do that.
Like you
you're
get
not-
out there, you're
doing your
supposed to make
job.
them look good. You're not doing your job.
You're not doing your job
Yeah.
when you're a jabroni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. Are there comics like that?
Not really. See, the thing about comics though too is basically the gimmick's a 2-man show.
Uh-huh.
We have some help now, which is awesome. Shout out to the boys that help at the door too. But comedy is wild. I wouldn't give it up for anything. Like it's a Monday night and there's going to be 40 comics here tonight.
Wow.
And 75% of them might never do a show.
Right.
But you don't know which ones those are going to be, and they keep doing reps. And it was funny too because I'm not a comic, so but I'm booking show. Like I book my shows,
Right.
and I kind of just took those reins to not even just take pressure off a certain person, but like it's my place. I should book who I think's the funniest show.
Yeah.
And not to get too much into the weeds of this as well, but I've come to the fact that it's nothing against any of the comics, because you really want to help people and you want to like put new people on and stuff. But like, I want to book the funniest possible available people every single time. And if it happens to be the same guy or same 3 or 4 guys most weekends, I do that now. And I'd love to give other people, props and get them in shows, which we've opened a few new shows, and these mics, I'm now running the mic, so I'm seeing who's getting better. But somebody asked me too, as a booking person, are you looking for somebody to like go up there on an open mic and kill, because we do have a lot of crowd during our open mics, or if you start bombing, do you like, and I told this guy, I said, like, I hate the people that give up on their set after they start doing bad. Like, I've watched that set 150 times on every open mic. Just do it, because I know what it's funny or not. If the crowd's not responding to it, or you're not doing the joke as well as you told it, like, it is what it is. But I mean, dude, there's some maniacs out there too. There's some wild people.
Wow. Yeah.
But it's fun. It's
how
very.
do people get on the open mic if?
They just you just log on to The Gimmick Comedy on Instagram, send a message that you would like to get up there, and we just put you on the list.
Oh wow, that easy. Do you pay?
Yeah, it's $5. It's 3.5 to 5 minutes depending on how many comics, and we do 4 a week. Monday, Wednesday, we have a new mic. Thursday, ran by Takeout. It's a heckle mic where you get 2-3 minutes of comedy, and then there's a bell that goes off, and the crowd can yell at the comics.
What?
And talk shit. It's a heckle mic.
Have you been to one of these?
Yeah, I've been to a couple. It's wild. Sound effects and everything.
Really?
It's fun because it makes the open mic comics don't really get heckled, and like they don't work that muscle.
Right.
So it's kind of fun to see.
Yeah.
It is.
What is one of the craziest things you've seen during the comedy show? Was it the guy that shot the gun?
The gun shooting is, or the guy at the Uncle Laser show that was just like standing up and like literally had to threaten him 3 times to pull him out of there, and then he passed out drunk in his chair prior to Uncle Laser getting on stage.
Oh wow,
just
really?
Slumped over, slept.
Damn, dude.
But that's about it. I mean, it's been pretty good here.
I remember the time there was that a comedy show I was at, and this big black lady, she just pulled out like a giant bottle of Jack Daniels from her panties. It's just like, let me get this.
That's crazy.
Pulled it right out of her panties. And then she sat here in the front row and was heckling Dan. And she started filming him, and he was like, what the hell, you can't film in the comedy show. And then she kept heckling him, and then we kicked her out. You don't remember that?
I might have remembered that, but like we've kicked a bunch of people out.
Oh yeah, really?
Well, I remember there was somebody we kicked out too. It was on a Dirty Show, and they were heckling Dan, and she it was funny too, because me and Dan just talked about this yesterday, and he was like, I knew outside prior to them coming in, she was getting kicked out in the first set.
Really?
I knew it, and she was sloppy drunk when she got here.
I wonder if we're talking about the same person.
She wasn't a big black lady. She was like she was from Crystal River, I think.
Of course she was. Of course she was. All right, cool. Do you want to take another break? You want to end this?
No, I think this is. I mean, dude, a fun episode. I think we have enough. Next week when we come back, I really want to get into the weeds about some other things that are going on here, and not only with the Red Bull thing you were talking about. I really think the people want to see us get more reactions from Tampa itself. So I'd really like to do some reviews of our own.
Oh wow, really? Oh, we can.
I still think we need to get that bar review thing going.
Now, you want to do bar reviews, but you don't really drink that much.
I know, but like we can just have one drink. Just go in, have one drink at 2 places, and call it a night.
Just call it a night.
It's about the experience.
Yep.
The drink's gonna taste like the drink. You can order whatever we want. It's really just about the place, how cool it looks, the experience, and we don't even have to do like 1 out of 10. I think we do a thumbs up, thumbs down, Roger Ebert kind of gimmick.
Yeah, got it. Okay, well, let's do it.
All right.
All right, cool.
Guys, thank you so much for hitting us up and watching this. Thank you for letting me talk over Austin all the time.
Yeah, Jesus.
I know I
barely got a word in that episode.
Every time I listen to it, it's just me running my mouth.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
And I apologize for people that don't like that. And if they're offended, they probably won't watch us. And that's the right thing to do, not just tell me to shut up.
Right, yeah.
You can find me at vintage_gimmick on Instagram. And then where can we find you?
You can find me at Tampa is Life on Instagram. Check it out.
The show, please hit her up our Instagram.
What's Good Tampa Show.
And we will see you next time.
All right, see you.
Thanks for listening to the What's Good Tampa Show. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at What's Good Tampa Show, or visit what'sgoodtampa.com to get involved with the show. See you next time.